where I find almost no men attractive. Like, it's really, really annoying because I speak to a lot of men, right? I'm very social. I love to talk. I find almost no one attractive. So, like, there's just, like, it just doesn't go anywhere, like, ever. I get asked on dates, I'm like, no, pass. And then when I do find someone attractive, I'm like, I'm obsessed with you. I need you. If I don't have you, I'm going to feel unwell. Like, I need them because it's so rare at this point that it, like, makes it extremely difficult. Or, like, even if they are attractive, like, even if, like, yeah, you're a pretty face, I just don't care to speak to them. Like, if I want to speak to someone, I will nonstop be thinking about, like, texting them or having a conversation with them. But it's so fucking rare. Like, it's so rare, and I just want to have a cute little fun crush and, like, whatever, but I can't even have a crush anymore because I'm just like, boring, like, not interested, no desire for it. I need to, like, go to the gym.
Ladies, does anyone have a similar experience in life?
Yes.
None of them are attractive. Go ahead, Laura.
Yes. Just nobody's interesting to me. I don't know.
Anybody else?
I just feel like I get the ick really easy. So
Okay, you get the ick really easy.
I
Okay.
feel like, they do something, I'm like, oh.
Candace, what about you?
If you can't keep a conversation with me, then I'm not interested. You can
Okay.
be the hottest person in the room.
Yeah, I think
if you can't hold
you're a little
conversation-
bit more mature than she was. Anybody else? What do we think?
If you can keep the same vibe like me,
Yeah.
it doesn't. He don't need to be like the perfect guy, you know. But if we
Yeah.
are in the same vibe, keep the conversation, like we have the same interesting things. Yeah, we can go. It's a lot of hot guys there outside, but you know sometimes they are like a douchebags.
They're douchebags.
Yeah,
They're so dumb.
Yeah, so I actually think her experience is the opposite of yours. She actually likes the douchebag. Like, I think that's...
That's me.
Yeah,
Because
you like the douchebag?
my type is like straight out of prison, face set to like at least one felony. And
He's
I
right
know,
here. At least right here.
Hey.
He doesn't have a felony, but he's right here.
But I like that's my type, and I know it shouldn't be, and it's not a good type like marriage-wise and stuff like that. But that's what I'm attracted to. So like, if an semi-attractive man comes up, good conversation. If I'm not like trying to, then I like really don't want to continue the conversation.
Okay, there's a famous OkCupid study. Women find 80% of men on dating apps to be below average attractiveness.
Yes. That's facts.
Okay, so average should be 50. It should say 50% of men are below average attractiveness. They said 80% of men on a dating app. Men match with 6 out of every 1,000 right swipes.
That's crazy.
6 out of every 1,000. For women, it's 100 out of every 1,000. In the top 10% of men, it's also 100 out of every 1,000. So what I want to explain to you is the top 10% of men are getting 16 times more matches than the average man. You remember what I said before?
Yeah.
0, 5, 50, 150? The dating apps play this out. What we're seeing here is there's massive levels of stimulus, so she's comparing every man to each other. And then in doing so, no man actually matches up to whatever she wants. And I also think she has borderline personality disorder. Like the whole part where it's like, yeah, I'm just done with you, or I'm obsessed with you. That's BPD.
I have a theory. I just thought it's all dependent on her state. I believe there's people she finds attractive, but when she's not in that state anymore, she just forgets. And that's what people with BPD, that's exactly what they have. They forget that they're attracted to certain people and that even happen.
Having a psychological disorder, great way to go viral on TikTok. Make the best
Go through
videos.
a really terrible breakup, and that'll give you a psychological disorder.
There you go.
Awesome.
I'm there.
I have to agree 100%.
My ADHD has to be like, wait, over here, over here, over here.
I have a question. I've never asked this before. Who here has a male figure in your life, could be your dad or someone else, that you truly respect, like you absolutely, truly trust and respect? I think that's a pretty significant thing, because one of the things that'll happen is if a woman grows up and she never has any guy that she respects, when she has her man, it's like in her mind, he's always undependable. He's always either Homer Simpson or he's Jeffrey Dahmer. He's either dangerous or he's disposable or he's stupid. And unless she's actually trusted a man and saying, he provided for me every time, he literally kept all of his promises, all this kind of stuff. When she sees that and can truly respect him, until that point, if she's never had that in her life, and then she listens to Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, watches The View, watches Disney movies. In Disney movies, the men are all idiots. Go watch King of Queens. Go watch The Simpsons. They're all dumb, stupid, and their wives have to save them. That's the model that they've been taught. If a woman has never had a strong male figure in her life, and then all of a sudden she gets into a relationship with a guy who has a business, and if she does not fully and completely respect him and put her emotions aside, whenever he's with a client, he's got to work late, etc. If she can't do that because she's never had a male figure to do that, then she's going to explode with emotion, but she thinks she's justified because of how she feels. And then then later on, it's like, I don't know why these guys don't like me. There's no good guys out here. These men are all toxic. And it's like, no, that's not the issue. What I'm saying is the transition is difficult if you've never had any man that you've ever truly respected. And by the way, it could have been soccer coach. It could have been you joined the military and it was your military training instructor. It doesn't have to be your dad, but it's usually your dad. And so that's the person. And so when you don't see that, I can't remember, Joe, you had a buddy on here one time and he said, whenever my daughter brings girls home who don't have fathers in their lives, I can tell immediately.